Hello everyone. In the previous discussion, we have discussed the microwave system in generally how a system will be there, and we have seen different types of transmission lines in general. Practically, a few you might have seen. So we have just listed and some figures I had shown you in the class. I'm sharing the slides. These are the different transmission lines, and we were discussing about the frequency parameter. Okay, for a transmission line, if I want to have analysis, and if I want just how you used to do it in your circuit laboratories, for any particular circuit, say amplifier, filter. So how you analyze the circuit by using the circuit components, you apply the voltage, you just experimentally observe the results, right? You tabulate, and then you draw the graph and you analyze whether it is working properly or not. This is about the low frequencies. But when it comes to higher frequencies, when the length of the line is comparable with the wavelength, as the frequency increases, wavelength decreases, right? So if the wavelength and your length of the line is comparable, length of the line means जो आपका transmission line का length होता है, for example your KPTCL line through which the power is getting supplied to your houses. So the length, if that is comparable with the wavelengths, that time one particular effect is more significant. Can anybody tell me what is that effect? In the previous class we had discussed about it. You can unmute and answer, no problem. What was that effect called? Anybody? I'm talking about the higher frequencies. At higher frequencies, when the length of the line is comparable with the wavelengths, one particular effect is very much significant. You cannot avoid it. Capacitor? No. Try to remember some effect I had explained it in the previous session. I had even shown a circuit. Let me just show a little glance of the circuit. Now at least you can. Transit. What is that transit? It is a transit time effect. That effect, it exists for higher lengths, okay, at higher frequencies. Okay, good, Faika. Transit time effect. So if that is the case, I had even told you in a brief, you can say it. For lower frequencies, when you work it in the laboratories for smaller circuits, low frequencies, this transit time effect and the transit time is negligible. What is transit time? The time delay between applying the input and getting the output. So that particular transit time, we can neglect this effect for lower frequencies. That's why even in your laboratories, you don't count it, okay? You simply take the circuit components, resistor, capacitor, inductor, you take those electrical values, 1 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm, L value, capacitance value, some farads, you take those values, you design for your design, and you calculate the outputs. You get the accurate answers. But when it comes to higher frequencies, just like transmission lines, which require higher frequencies, under that condition you cannot neglect this. So what is to be done? There has to be something, because we for this kind of circuit also we need to find the analysis, right? So how the circuit behaves, what are the effects, everything needs to be known. Then only there is a scope of improvement. But what is the solution for this? Okay, this is the figure, you can observe it. This indicates pair of transmission lines running parallelly, okay? And I had told you in the previous class, okay, this diagram I had shown you, And these small boxes which I have drawn, they are not those components actually which we take, we connect to the wires. No, they are actually the effect, they give the effect of that particular component. That's why these boxes we are representing in between these two parallel transmission lines. So how we can continue the analysis for higher frequency circuits? How we can continue is, we have to consider the transit time, no doubt about it. Um, that's why you can see, whenever, because transmission lines are made up of conductors, as these are made up of conductors, there exists, whenever the current flows in the circuit, magnetic field gets created. Okay, these lines, the arc which I have drawn, they indicate the magnetic field created surrounding that conductor. We have already studied, okay, the analogy between electric field and magnetic field. Try to remember, surrounding the conductor, a straight line wire, surrounding that magnetic field gets created. Ampere's law, you try to remember. Okay, so magnetic field gets created. And in analogous to that, when these two conductors are existing, in between these two, electric field gets created. Okay, so whatever a diagram I have drawn, those represents the magnetic field and the electric field. Okay, now in order to analyze this particular kind of situation, when the circuit has got higher frequency, one thing, frequency is high and your wavelength is comparable to the length of the line, physical length of the line, jitna lamba kilometers mein transmission line exist karta hai, so that line and your wavelength of the circuit is comparable. Comparable means almost thoda nearer hai. Okay, not too high, not too low, one parameter. So they are comparable and frequency is too high. So under such conditions, considering these transit time effects, what we can do is, let me draw it here. These two indicate transmission lines. Okay, they are coming far from some place and they are extending in kilometers. Okay, these two pair of transmission lines. No doubt, these two lines, they are operating at high frequencies. However, its length is too long. Okay, so length is comparable with the wavelength. So what I can do is, I can divide this total length into smaller parts. Okay, जितना आपका ट्रांसमिशन लाइन लंबा है, लेंथ L है, I will divide this complete circuit into smaller bits, so that this particular part, okay, it has got a per unit length, I can say. Okay, per unit length means, unit means one, so per unit length, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. When you do that, what happens? Length will become lesser, right? So for this smaller part, okay, not complete, for this smaller part of the complete circuit, I can still make use of the basic circuit theory. What is that circuit theory? See, whenever it comes to the circuit theory, you have studied in NT, okay? Not even NT, even when you started studying this physics concepts and electrical electronics concepts, you started with, what are these? Kirchhoff's laws, right? So you cannot neglect, no doubt, what I am telling, for higher frequency circuits, as the transit time effect do exist, there it is very much significant. The analysis which we do for lower frequencies cannot be applied directly, or some parameters needs to be adjusted. Okay, directly as it is हम उसको apply नहीं कर सकते, तो थोड़ा बहुत changes करना पड़ेगा. But however, basic जो laws हैं, we cannot avoid them. So I can still make use of these basic laws which we use for low frequencies, even for this transmission lines. How? With certain little modifications. What we did here, ये जो the length L था transmission line का, we divided it into number of per unit lengths, so that your circuit parameters gets divided. Okay, so there may be many number of circuits like this. अगर आप एक के लिए solution निकाल पाए, similar can be applied to all parts, right? So with this little adjustment and modification, you can still apply KVL and KCL. I hope you understood. I need to do some modification. I cannot directly apply these laws to the complete transmission line circuit, because transmission lines, they work at higher frequencies, and at higher frequencies, what will happen? The wavelength lambda is comparable to the length of the line, because of which transit time effect occurs. You cannot neglect the transit time effect. So with the little adjustment, dividing your complete transmission line into smaller number of units per unit length, you can apply these laws. Fine. I hope you understood this much. With this, let me just draw one more figure before showing you the next slide. As I told you, these two, they indicate the magnetic field and electric field. Okay, as whenever the AC current flows, because they are made up of conductors, these two different fields do exist. Okay, so presence of magnetic field, I can view this as reactance. So what is a reactance? Can anybody tell me? I have written here inductance. Okay, inductance is actually simple. You can just spirally you can draw it. This is the symbol for inductance. But what is the difference between reactance and inductance? Inductance is L, reactance will become inductive reactance R plus j omega L. I think you have studied this already, right? Resistance and inductance all together will give you the reactance. Similarly, when this is when I'm talking about the magnetic field, so inductive reactance R and L has to be considered on the line. Okay? It doesn't mean that मैं physically एक resistance लूंगी and एक inductance लेके connect करूंगी. No, the effect I'm talking. I can view a transmission line. It has got the effect of, there exists a reactance, inductive reactance over the line whenever the magnetic field do exist. And similarly, when I'm talking about these two parallel transmission lines, there exists an electric field in between, and even though there is a dielectric in between air, there may be a leakage currents available there. So due to which, again here also I can consider reactance, reactive elements. This time it is capacitive reactance. In magnetic field part, it was inductive reactance. In case of electric field, it is capacitive reactance. Only capacitance is C, but the capacitive reactance is, can anybody tell me, similar to this, what it can be? What I can write? Capacitive reactance. Let's see, anybody can answer. I want that one parameter, because orally I told you there exists a leakage current. So how will you indicate that leakage? Okay, let me see. Only J. Yes, very good, Tayyaba. Mehtab has messaged that is J omega C. It's just a half part you mentioned. Shilpa also 1 by J omega C. Tayyaba, you are right. It is. Tayyaba is a little bit in confusion. You can rectify it. Okay, whatever you have answered, it is almost correct, but try to rectify. A small error is there. What is that small r? You can unmute and answer, no problem. Why you're taking time to type? One by R plus j omega C. I just want Okay, R is the resistance. Fine. Just think about it. When I'm talking about the inductive reactance, I am considering the resistance and the inductance. So when I'm talking about capacitive reactance, obviously some part you answered already, Mehtab and Shilpa, Tayyaba, J plus omega C. I want this parameter. What is this? Whether it will be same as this, whether both parameters will be same. Internal resistance, no. Anybody? Try to think. You have already studied this. 1 by XL. No. Now I'm talking about capacitive. So XL will become XC. Okay. Inductive reactance means XL. Capacitive means XC. I want that elaboration. XC आप कैसे लिखोगे? It will be having two components. One is real part, one is imaginary. Imaginary तो आपने already बोल दिया, J omega C. Many of you have answered. I want this real. Capacitive reactance. That's what I am telling you. Capacitive reactance. Capacitive reactance. How symbolically this real part will be denoted. Tell me this symbol. What this symbol should be. XC, no. No, XC, no. If I write, you will be like, itna simple tha. Shilpa, UC, no. WC, no. Asma, XC. That's what, see, let me just show you here. When I tell inductive reactance, it is XL. Okay. XL has got two parts. One is a real term, that is resistance, and one is imaginary term, this. Okay. Similarly, I want for XC, half part already आप बोल दिए हो, J omega C. What is this part? Ohm. Okay. Soumya is telling ohm. Just reverse it, Soumya. You have written OHM. Reverse it. Yes, mo. What is that mo? Unit of what? Tamimara. Z. No, what is Z?
Conductance.
Yes,
Conductance.
very good, very good, very good. So it is conductance I'm talking about. And what is the symbol for conductance?
G.
Yes, very good. So just यहाँ पे हम resistance लेते हैं, यहाँ पे it has to be G. So this has to be filled with capital G. Good. Good. At least you people are involved in the class. I'm very happy. So at least now you got to know on a transmission line what all parameters I have thought of because of the presence of magnetic field. Inductive reactance will be there. XL, that is R and L, resistance and inductance. And because of the presence of the electric field, capacitive reactance. Capacitive reactance is XC, that is a G and a C. So totally 4 parameters: resistance, inductance, then conductance. Orally I told you, leakage currents. So you should have thought of conductance, G, and the capacitance. So totally 4 parameters are there. These 4 parameters, resistance, inductance, conductance, and capacitance, all together over the transmission line, we are considering their effect. We feel that their effects are they are felt on the transmission line. We call these 4 parameters as primary constants of the line. Remember, primary constants, or we can even tell them as the distributed parameters of the line. Why they are called distributed? Because just now I have explained you, when I'm talking about the transmission line over the length L, जब length बहुत ज्यादा है and lambda से comparable है higher frequencies पे, I have to consider transit time effect. But as in order to analyze the transmission line, such a long transmission line, I cannot directly do that. So I will divide the circuit per unit length, and for each of this single parts I can go for analysis using KVL and KCL. And when analyzing these things, अभी मुझको ये part जब लेना है, I have to take one smaller part. In order to have this particular circuit, I can consider R, L, G and C for this smaller part. So I can redraw the circuit. You see here, this is, just now you have seen, resistance and inductance. Okay, then parallelly we had, let me just connect like this. You can even take two separate line also. This is one conductance and capacitance. I have taken it, just for simplicity, I have taken it like this. You can take two separate lines also. This is one bifurcation, okay? Let me just erase it. Then one more resistance, inductance, then one more resistance, inductance. This will continue. This will continue. It's a long transmission line. Let me just draw the dots. Similarly, here what I will do, there is one conductance, capacitance. फिर यहाँ पे भी और एक ऐसे ही connection लेंगे, like this. So this will also continue on both sides. Let me draw here. Okay, these two are the lines. This particular resistance and inductance is due to magnetic field, and inductance and capacitance is due to the electric field. So these this is a complete transmission line and distributed parameters I have drawn. For my analysis, what I will do, I will take only a one part, because complete transmission line I cannot take. I have to divide the complete line into smaller units per unit length. What I will do, I will take one small unit. This particular unit I will take one part. You can even start with this previous also. Okay. Similarly, it will be repeated here and it will be repeated here like this. Okay. This one particular part, you can see how it looks like. It is looking like, see, right? T shape. Okay. So it is a symmetrical T network. So one particular per unit length was the smaller circuit which I am considering, it is a symmetrical T network. So now you got it, 4 parameters, a smaller round, what I circled, I have circled it here. This circle I will consider for my transmission line analysis. Okay. With this, now you will understand this particular figure. The same figure I have drawn it here. You can observe there is a resistance, there is an inductance, there is a conductance, there is a capacitance. Okay, this like this, and remaining all again it will repeat. So let me just consider one circle. That's it. Okay. So this is the figure. This is the circuit, a small per unit length circuit which we will consider for the transmission line equation analysis. Hope you understood whatever we have discussed till now. Any doubts in this, please you can ask the questions.